Well, this guy scored a D minus. I think with this guy, the best advice I can give you is walk away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is more likely to talk big than actually move up in his career. While he might say a lot about his plans and what he wants, the real effort and steady work needed to succeed often aren't there. He prefers things his way, doesn't like to adjust, and isn't very driven to put in the hours.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he won't fall apart or become overly emotional, but he isn't someone who bounces back with fresh energy either. He will likely become stubborn, blaming others or insisting his way was right instead of learning from his mistakes. He'll just keep going, but without changing his approach or showing much warmth.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He often rubs people the wrong way at work. He likes to have things his way and doesn't show much kindness or concern for others' feelings, so he can come across as bossy or cold. If you value harmony and teamwork, his attitude may be a source of stress for you.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's unlikely to feel proud or genuinely happy for you. Instead, he may become stubborn or even a bit bitter, acting like your success doesn't matter or insisting that his way is still best. You probably won't get warm encouragement or support from him.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he's likely to feel upset or quietly resentful, even if he doesn't admit it. He likes things done his way and isn't very open hearted, so your success may make him feel like he's losing control or not good enough. Instead of being happy for you, he may struggle with your achievements.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not someone who handles money with much care or planning. He tends to be relaxed about routines and isn't disciplined with everyday things. So, sticking to a budget or saving for the future may not be his strength. If smart money management is important to you, this could be a challenge.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's likely to spend in a way that looks good, even if it's beyond his means. He might buy stylish things or try to show off, wanting others to think well of him. Careful planning or living within a budget isn't something he's strict about.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He usually isn't very open handed or kind, either with money or his attitude. You might notice he doesn't go out of his way to help others or share what he has, and he's not quick to show softness or generosity in daily life. This can make you feel left out of his warmth and generosity.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He tends to be secretive and likes to keep control when it comes to money. He isn't very polite or caring, so he may not feel the need to share details with you or discuss financial matters openly. If you try to talk about money, he might avoid the conversation or insist you do it his way.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework isn't really his responsibility and may expect you to handle most, if not all, of the chores. He isn't naturally thoughtful or caring about others' needs, and he likes things done his way, so he may not offer to help or notice when you're tired. Even if you ask, he might be stubborn or dismissive, making it clear he sees these duties as your job. If you're looking for a truly equal partner at home, you might often feel alone in managing the household.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's more likely to stand back and supervise than actually roll up his sleeves and help with chores or diapers. He prefers to tell you how things should be done rather than pitch in himself. You might catch him giving instructions, but not taking real action or sharing the workload.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's more likely to argue to prove he's right rather than really try to understand your side. He sticks to his point of view and doesn't show much interest in listening or showing kindness during disagreements. When you share your feelings or try to explain, he may interrupt or push back, making it hard to have a fair conversation.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he won't likely shout or lose control, but he can be very blunt and say things that hurt your feelings. He isn't warm or gentle with his words, so you might hear sharp, dismissive remarks when he's upset. While he may not break things or act out physically, his lack of kindness can still sting deeply.
Does he have a bad temper?
He doesn't get angry very quickly. He's not someone who explodes or loses his temper often. But when he does get upset, he tends to be cold and blunt rather than warm and understanding. Don't ignore these signs, they matter just as much as anger.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead of owning up, he's more likely to blame you or make excuses, showing little interest in how you feel. Don't overlook this. Being able to say sorry is a big part of building real trust and closeness.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's not naturally tuned into respecting your boundaries. Because he's stubborn and often insists on having things his way, he may push against limits or ignore when you say no. You might find yourself repeating your opinions or feelings, but he doesn't always take them seriously. This can make you feel unsafe or upset. So don't ignore this warning sign.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of respecting your feelings, he may act offended or sulk, thinking that your no is somehow about him. He's not very understanding or gentle in these moments and might even make comments that make you feel guilty or pressured.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, you need to be careful. He isn't naturally kind or sensitive, and sometimes people like this may use personal or private things you shared during close moments as a weapon in arguments or to put you down later. If you want true safety and trust, this is a serious concern. Your heart deserves someone who protects your feelings, not someone who uses them against you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's the type who can be easily distracted by other women. He likes what's new and attractive and doesn't always think deeply about loyalty or long term trust. Think carefully. Faithfulness is about both action and respect.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He isn't the type to be openly jealous or overly possessive. Instead of watching your every move or acting suspicious all the time, he's more focused on doing things his way and doesn't show much care about your feelings or who you spend time with. But don't mistake his lack of jealousy for trust. It's more about him not wanting to invest emotionally.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what might look like being protective is usually just a sign of a controlling personality. He likes things done his way and doesn't have much understanding for your feelings or wishes. True protection should feel safe, not like you're losing your freedom.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He doesn't naturally step in to share responsibility or show understanding for how much effort it takes. Even then, he could be stubborn or offer advice from the sidelines rather than actively pitch in.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will probably stay calm on the outside. He's not the type to yell or throw a fit, but instead of comforting them, he might respond with cold words or criticism. He doesn't really show much understanding or softness, so the children might feel scolded or brushed aside rather than supported.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He's unlikely to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. He tends to focus on himself and expects you to handle most responsibilities at home and with the kids. You might find he rarely acknowledges your hard work or cheers you on.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, but later expect you to give it up once you have a child. He's not naturally encouraging of your ambitions and often believes that certain roles belong to women alone. If keeping your career and independence is important to you, be very careful. His support may be short lived and come with hidden conditions.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth or building a genuine bond. He may do what's necessary to appear respectful, but don't expect him to go out of his way to care or connect with them. If family closeness matters to you, you could find his coolness disappointing in the long run. He's more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than making an effort to fit into your family's ways.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will probably stay calm in the sense that he won't shout or lose his temper. But instead of smoothing things over, he's likely to be stubborn or blunt, saying things that can hurt or offend. He may insist on his way and refuse to compromise or understand your family's reasons, which can turn small issues into bigger fights.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern and easygoing with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. Around his family, he might want you to dress, behave, and speak in ways that match their expectations, and could be stubborn about these rules. If you resist, he may not stand up for you or may even insist you change for their approval.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his family, he's more likely to stay out of it or quietly side with them rather than support you. He isn't very caring or loyal when it comes to your feelings and prefers to keep things as he likes. Instead of stepping in to help or defend you, he may expect you to adjust or sort things out alone.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He's likely to act like a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and opinions above yours in most conflicts. If you ever disagree with her or feel hurt by something she says or does, he probably won't stand up for you or take your side. Instead, he may ask you to adjust, stay silent, or agree with his mother to keep the peace.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he's the type who may share details of your fights or private matters with his mother or sister. This shows that he doesn't understand the importance of keeping your trust and protecting your personal life. This habit weakens your bond and may also lead to unwanted advice or interference from his family.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, all in all, not looking that great. This guy scores a D minus. As I mentioned at the start, I think with such guys, the best way is to walk away. Being in a relationship with him day in and day out can feel lonely and tiring. He likes things his way, doesn't help much at home, and isn't gentle with your feelings.